Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday the 21st of March 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Mother Peace Tarot deck for today's reading. This deck is unusual, as you can see, round cards. Let's have a look at what the tarot has to share about Sunday. Okay, first card is the Six of Cups. And we've got, what's this? The Shaman of Swords at a kind of diagonal. Okay. And the Son of Cups. All right, let's see. The Six of Cups is a card that talks about a soulmate relationship. Usually you can see a woman giving some flowers to a child. And it's really a gesture of goodwill and being there for another person and getting a sense of pleasure and fulfillment from giving a gift, from giving something selflessly to another person who will really appreciate it and be happy. Here we've got these riders. We've got, are they seahorses or they're horses underwater? Anyway, we've got these riders. They're holding up the cups in a kind of gesture of celebration. There's something growing from the cups. So each person has something to love, to devote themselves to take care of. And that's how this is described. And, oh, these are seahorses down here, and this is a wave. So they're surfing the wave. They're on an emotional high. The sun is behind the wave like that. I think I've told this story before, but I think when I was 7 or 8, my parents took us to Mombasa in Kenya. And it was the first time I saw the ocean, and we got there at night. And it was amazing. The next day, I can't remember, it was evening. I was swimming in the ocean. I loved it, the waves, everything. And there were these huge clouds. And one cloud covered the sun completely. And the rays came out behind the clouds. And to me, I was just being rocked back and forth in the waves. And to me, it was total confirmation that I had just seen God. I realized I'd just seen God. It was an amazing experience. And I shared that at a meeting in Manchester, like years later. And I was talking about it and what an impression that made on me. And when I was looking for something bigger to kind of guide me in my life when I got into recovery, that kind of played a significant role in understanding a power greater than myself. And I was sharing about it, and the woman who came in after me, she said, well, I don't see God in nature. And a guy who was sitting next to me, he kind of elbowed me in the ribs and he whispered to me, he was like, yeah, but you do. I loved that. I thought that was hilarious. So they're basically having that moment of elation. That's what this victory thing is all about. They're living life. They're happy. They feel like they're part of a community. So it's even greater than having a personal kind of spiritual awakening or an experience of universal love or consciousness. They're doing it together. So there's an amazing opportunity for community, for fun. I mean, just look at the scene. It's pretty self-explanatory. Get out your seahorse and go surfing with it, basically. So have fun. Enjoy the moment, enjoy life, enjoy those around you, and realize that your relationships are growing, they're going in the right direction, and you'll be able to have these people in your life and watch it over time and really nurture those relationships. So great for relationships with other people, great for the relationship with yourself. Have fun, do something with the people you enjoy being around and the people you love. Don't be around negative, people who bring you down. This is really an opportunity that doesn't come around every day. When things are good, we really need to grab them and realize they're good and make the most of it, because they aren't always good. So let's see. Next, we've got the Shaman of Swords in reverse. The Shaman of Swords looks like this air elemental to me. Okay, that makes sense, because swords is air. That's thinking decisions the way you perceive. We're climbing a ladder here, or the falcon is. I love that, because the falcon doesn't really need a ladder. It can just fly off. Sword at the bottom, and then all this mess in the middle coming from this cosmic kind of flower. Different colors. The Shaman of Swords uses words and ideas to create magic, basically, and to help you climb the ladder to freedom. So it's a really sincere interpretation of a shaman. You know, not like the pop culture reference of a shaman being some guy with a pipe and just banging some drums and not really making any significant changes. The Shaman of Swords in the deck is a significant energy that's always accessible to us, that if we tap into it, we're able to weave and create magic for other people that will help them. So you can be of service by using your imagination and speaking your truth. That creates this or generates this air elemental. And it's already there. So if you align yourself with that energy, you'll notice that you'll be able to articulate things very, very clearly. Your feelings, what your boundaries are, what's important to you. You'll be able to make sense of things that have been out of control. And also, if you have a problem asking for help, or if you're in a difficult situation, you'll be able to express that in a way that doesn't feel... Because some people don't like to ask for help because they see it as weakness, which it isn't, because we all need help. Some people can't ask for help and they see that as humiliating. But if you then put it a certain way, and you need to ask for help whether you feel humiliated or not, you're able to express that in a way that isn't the worst, you know, that doesn't put you in the worst position ever. You can express it to people you care about and who you know care about you. And because you are there for other people and places and things in your life, there's no difficulty in asking for help today. Other people are going to be really receptive to your needs. Now, the shaman was at an angle and it's almost reversed. And we've got the falcon at the bottom of the ladder here. So more struggle rather than more freedom. If you find things kind of trip off the tongue, let's say you're with someone and they really just do something that doesn't work for you in terms of your values, and it's really, they've crossed a boundary, and either you're totally stunned. I don't know if you've had that experience, but sometimes things are so shocking that you just can't speak. Either that's the case, or you find exactly the right words in the right moment and you're able to articulate them. The cards are saying that if it comes easily, then it's important to speak the truth, because that relationship can recover and can improve and get back to what it is or what it can be in future. But if you find yourself totally stumped and you can't get a word out, then there's no point in creating magic or getting the other person to understand, because the conflict has come from their unwillingness to be in a relationship with you anyway. So judge by your reaction. If you're totally stunned into silence, it's not worth explaining it, because the other person has already made up their mind and they don't want to hear it. If you do find you're able to speak, then that's the universe kind of giving you that energy to articulate what it is you need to someone who will be receptive. And that's actually an important thing in your relationship. Think back on all the times you have asked for help in your life. Usually those people are still around because it creates a bond. The people you do nothing for and they do nothing for you, usually those relationships go their separate ways after a while, because there's no real link. There's no grit. Finally, we've got the Son of Cups. Bless him. We've got a young man sitting in the middle of in the middle of nowhere in his birthday suit playing the flute. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, I would find that quite silly. Okay, so he seems a little bit naive and unaware of his surroundings. Even the seagulls are making fun of him. No, I'm kidding. That's the kind of energy you should avoid today, because this is like the little prods or snide little remarks, because even though, you know, those are said sometimes out of fun or whatever, if this was a real person, he wouldn't appreciate hearing that, because it would make him feel bad. It would be a put down. Why are you sitting in the nude? Well, because I wanted to, and the moment seized me. Okay, Greg, stop judging me. So it is a little bit innocent though, and in a sense, so yes, let me just go back a step. Okay, so any criticism or jabs on yourself or on other people, avoid, because they're not conducive to a good relationship and they put you at the bottom of the ladder, not at the top. More struggle, right? If you notice that on an emotional level here, you're really learning a lot. That's what the Son of Cups is saying, that you aren't aware of every situation. So don't beat yourself up over that. Give yourself credit for showing up and for being willing to learn. And you may actually learn something significant about your relationships that really give you an experience that help you have a better, more rounded view of other people and life. So let's say you ask for help and 3 of your friends really step up and they really help you sort this out like that. Then you have always believed, for example, you can't really trust people, and when the chips are down, no one's going to help you. That experience then would provide you with evidence that people are reliable, you can ask for help, and you would have a much better understanding of people that, yes, some people you can trust and other people you can't trust, which is much more rounded and reasonable. And that's what the card is saying, that you have the potential for massive emotional growth, particularly when it comes to the way you see yourself and other people and the magic between you and other people. And you can really see things that haven't made sense. You can turn those around and enjoy them on this day. You'll grow emotionally, and like a flower that opens up, it means you have a much richer experience of other people because you're not invested in faulty thinking. Other people prove something positive to you today. Let other people in. They'll enrich your experience, they'll enrich your life, and you'll be surprised at how good other people can be. That's important. It's also important to have boundaries, and these kind of experience lead to good boundaries. So you know 7 people, 6 people who treat you really well, who are there for you, who support you, ride or die kind of people. And then you meet someone, you go on a date, and you fall in love, and this person treats you very badly. Then you'll think back to your 7 friends and you'll say, well, there are other ways of behaving. I'm not going to tolerate this despite the love. So open yourself up to something that does enchant you, and you will make a mental note of it, and it will serve you when it comes to treating yourself better today and in future. And I'm just being told as I'm speaking that also past positive experiences will help you treat yourself well in difficult situations today, will allow you to create more freedom rather than more problematic energy. And that is growth. And that is the other way this works, that something positive from the past will help you grow in the future and will help you stick to your guns and remember your experience. Number-wise, we've got court cards. They count as 1, so 1 and 1 is 2, and 6 is 8. 8 is power and strength in numerology. So it's emotional strength and really the capacity to have a spiritual awakening, a magic moment, a eureka moment, a real moment of clarity. I was thinking of another word for moment, excuse me. But real clarity, like that snip second I had in the ocean. And it always stuck with me. It only lasted a few seconds, and it's always stuck with me. The other thing that I just want to mention, and this has nothing to do with the tarot, so feel free to switch off if you're not interested in this. But last night, I kept dreaming the same phrase over and over, and it was, tigers come out at night. Tigers come out at night. And I think that's it's not original, it's from somewhere, and it just came over. And what that means to me is that the worries and the fears, they come out at night when you're alone and when you're in the dark. And the cards are saying here today, you don't have to spend a second alone in the dark. There are loads of people around you, and you don't need to terrorize yourself with worries or negative thinking. This is really a vacation of a day. It's fabulous. Have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology, and I draw up your astrology chart by taking your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. That then gives me a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born, and I can analyze that to see what your life purpose is, your vocational aptitudes, your financial circumstances, work, relationships, family, spiritual development, the next few months, what's coming up in future overall, moving. If you have any questions, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like the video, then give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online, please. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.